All right. Jeez Louise, that took way too long. Welcome back to the Moth-hawk project. I figured out what the problems are, and I'm very happy to announce that I'm actually finally done with all the shenanigans that I pulled off. Today I actually wanted to do, how do you say that? I actually wanted to do the bit right here. So we're gonna do this bit right here, the wood, and then after that we are gonna be doing the coloring of it. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. If you just give me one more sec, it is very important for me at least to do that, and then we can start. There you go. So, no further ado, let's get started, shall we? All right. So today, what I want to do here is this bit. So we're gonna do that. We have achieved this right here, and now we're gonna move upwards to here. So that's what I'm gonna be aiming for, and I hope that that is all. If the dog I have today, I need to babysit my dog, so it could happen that the dog is actually, interrupting me sometimes, but it only happens when he's getting excited, so it should be fine. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I finally fixed everything, so that's good. And today I actually am very happy upon it, because all of the stuff that I did, I fixed, and therefore, it's all fine, handy dandy. Let's say the least. So what I'm going to be doing here is going to be trying to do a bit of moving around, getting the tree up and running. All right. Boy, I'm a little bit gassy from today's food. I actually had some shrimps, which is not bad. It's just, it's very filling. I didn't know that seashell creatures would be able to be filling, would be stomach filling so much, but I guess that's because of the amount of eggs that are contained into it. The amount of egg that comes from it. I don't know how you say that one. Abit. It's a strange word. Let's put it that way. So yeah. And once we're done with this, we should be able to get to the how do you say that? The tree itself for the coloring. All right. Let's continue here. That should be it. Yes, absolutely. All right. So yeah, I fixed a lot, and well, it is good to have a calm mind again. I was a little bit worried about some stuff, and I did some calculations, which in the idea. Don't tell me you disconnected. Come on, don't. Okay, good. No data. Fuck off. That does not exist. There is always data. I know this. I know this. You know this. God damn it. Yeah, live stream. Quality might not be the best, but I'm glad I got actually everything running. I finally figured out what the problem was, and I can now finally fix it every single time. It has shown up. So I'm very happy upon it. So what I did was actually apparently there is a bug inside of the OBS software itself that causes an instant crash. I believe it has to do something with the overriding of the current stream, which then causes the, OBS to be like, wait, I have two separate datas, and I don't know which one is the real one. And then, you know, it crashes because of that. Incompetent. So, yeah, I fixed that. Oh, hello, Wolfie. I hope your drawing is going well. Yeah, actually, it's a very good day because I'm actually fixed OBS finally, so I'm very happy upon it. Also, my mind is a lot more clearer than yesterday. I had a lot of stuff going on in my head, and today I actually did finally fix it all. Well, fix it. The normal, usual stuff. Yeah, don't worry about it. It has to do with, you know, getting a job and then realizing that if you would get a job, you would lose everything you had. So it was very, how do you say that? Not very in the right direction. Not very encouraging, let's put it that way. So, yeah, I had, luckily, you know, the concern that offered me the job was actually declining afterwards, after they saw my resume. The main problem was that I am a heavy dyslexic, and they didn't want me in their writing team because, well, you know, you cannot have a heavy dyslexic if you cannot even spell a good quality of a text lately. And I was like, yeah, I give you totally agree upon that. I am not a very good person when I'm writing. I make lots of mistakes, and it takes like maybe 2 months to get one bit of story done. That's why the magical girl story is also taking so long, because, well, you know, I need to double check. So I need to double check, and then I need to triple check to make sure that I'm using the right pronunciations upon what I want to do with it. So, you know, making sure that the DT, the double T, whatever needs to be done, the grammar is always a problem. The way how you pronounce stuff, like, you know, well, I'm speaking it like this, but am I writing it like that? No. Oh boy, how do I write it then? And then most likely it's gonna be happening like that. That's good to hear. Sometimes mine would be just crash also. Hopefully it will lead to some good things later on that. On that. Yeah. Hopefully I will. Hopefully it will lead to a good thing later on that you will be happy with. Yes. Thank you. Yes. That is also a thing I'm trying to aim for. I'm trying to be very easily, you know, persuaded with certain things, and I do want to know that if I want to create something, I want to make sure that I'm doing the best upon it. So I'm not gonna give myself a second doubt, like, oh well, you can do this. You will be, you know, you will do this, and then, you know, everything will turn out just fine. No. I need to make sure that if I do stuff, I accomplish stuff with it. For instance, with the practicing of the expressions, it causes me to learn on how the expressions work. This is very important. Also, the proportions, the way of how everything stands, and what kind of facial expression you would expect from it is very important to learn. This is why the facial expressions are so in depth upon, like, do it every week, so that you continue upon getting better at it. So I tried that, and tomorrow I will probably continue working on the magical girl story a bit, because I finally got one of the pillars done, but I do also need to work on something else though. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do tomorrow. Let's do something fun, because I actually need to make a kind of concept upon. I'm gonna go to a Comic-Con. Well, not to a Comic-Con, actually an Anime-Con, I believe that's the word for it, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go to an Anime-Con, and I want to become the school president. It sounds very weird, I know, but hey, you know, if you vote for me, you get free cookies. I don't know. Join the dark side. We have cookies. That's normally the go-to bribe, right? So I want to do that. And I'm gonna be trying to do that with making a very cute setup upon how I want to do this. gonna make it in this. So persevering. Yeah, it is, you know, making sure that things are going the way they want to be going. Yeah, persevering the idea, persevering the techniques, making sure that everything that you do is getting on schedule, and therefore, you know, creating lots of new interesting ways of doing it. That is the way to do it in most cases. No, yeah. Wait. Did I forgot? Oh, yes, I forgot that this is a big tree. I forgot about that this is a big tree. I forgot about that. I should not have forgotten about it. It is a big tree that I'm working on here. Uh-oh. Might lead to some major issues later on if I don't do it now properly. Alright, now we can continue. So yeah, it's a lot of things to take in. And trying to do the very best is always the good thing, you know. If you start off with not all your inspiration, all your motivation intact, it can cause a major issue later on. Continuing in the course of the action despite the difficulty or delay in achieving success. Yes, I hope it will be fun. Oh yeah, definitely it will be fun. Don't get me wrong there. I finally was able to, you know, announce that I'm streaming again. So that's good. I didn't have to cancel the stream. I didn't have to do the things that I wanted to show. I didn't have to, you know, remake it again. So it's a very good good beginning of a new start, because I figured out what the problem was. Therefore, I fixed the problem later on. The first time, by the way, it started at tried to start it at 7. I tried to start it at the right time, but then it was like, "Oh, you're streaming. It would be a shame if I crash." And then, you know, everything went to shits again, and I was like, "Ah, oh, not this again. Come on. I know your jokes. I know your jokes. Come on. I believe in you that you can fix it." So yeah, eventually I figured out like, ah, well, it's not that. It is the problem that comes with it. So now, from now on, I can, you know, work on that and then move onwards from there on, which is nice. I'm very happy upon this. I'm very happy upon the achieving that, you know, finding the problem, fix the problem, continue. It is a very fresh start. It gives a lot of stress out of the way, and it makes me less of a, you know, it makes me look nice, and that is good. Especially since all the stuff that happened. Whoa, my head was literally spinning from that. I was not in the right mood. I was like, all right, what do I need to do? This, that, pick up, and then, you know, boom. Because I can only handle that much pressure. All right. We have achieved the tree. We achieved the tree. All right. Do I want this? And then, do I want this more? We can go here. Make this go up. Or we can do also this one. It's not that a problem. Now we have achieved big tree, chunky tree that goes like this. So big chunky tree that goes upwards. All right, chunky tree. Now show me what you got. That's the first sign of it. And then we're gonna first do this one, right? Yeah. That's the first bit that we want to do. So we want to do this bit first, right? Yes. All right. Well, let's pick up the dark color and start up coloring. Let's see if this is a thing. Ooh, it's the right way to do it. All right, nice. I don't have to deal with a lot of stuff here. Sweet. I can just relax here and put it all to use. Just relax, take a deep breath, just continue the coloring, and then you see the tree, the big chunky tree in the middle. The chunky tree on the other side is literally a bit on the wrong side, but oh well, it happens. And I can continue here, right? I don't need to. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, that is such a lovely surprise. Jeez. Thanks a lot. That is like, whoa. Oh, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. This saves me so much progress. You probably never noticed that this is actually a lot easier now, yeah. Because I fucking did the layering right. I did the layering right. I did the layering right. I knew how to do it. So yeah, experience. Preventing the problem from occurring again. It saves a lot of time. Yes, it does. And this is why it's important to do more. This is why it's important to do drawings every day if you want to see improvement. Because if you do this, eventually, you get like the hang of it. And then the more you do it, the more you do it, the more you do it, eventually it gets to your head like, I just need to do the layering like this. And then I won't be having to deal with all of this shenanigans that is getting in my face right now. And I'm very happy about that. It's very nice to see that such things can become a real thing. And that's always good. Because if you realize that, a tree like this, it's like, oh, it's just a tree. Yes, it's just a tree, but I need to make the tree look nice. So right now, we have this tree. Well, what now? Well, this is what now is going to be happening. So that we have the tree now, we can put this there, and now we can continue working on the... I still have... No. I want the normal color. This one, right? Now we need to look at this and see where we are. Because this is a very important bit right now. We need to put it a little bit higher, like this, I believe. And then it should be fine. Yeah, there you go. Now, what does this do? Well, this does actually does the thing that I wanted to have it anyway. It creates the feeling of wood. It creates the ability to create wood even though it is not wood. And it also creates the shading, or the, let's put it in a more easier way to say, it creates the depth of the drawing. It creates the depth of the tree that is behind the other tree. Why is this important? Why the hell should, depth be important to a drawing? It is to give the other tree a chance to stand out from the other tree, as well as giving the feeling of like, oh, there is something in the back. There is also another tree in the back that actually also works separately from the other one. And that's what I like about this. Because now if we look at this, oh, yes, baby. That is a good tree. Of course, it's not the full tree. It's not fully done, but yeah. Jeez, lol. Good job. The detail makes the tree look alive. Yeah, exactly. Because the first thing you just saw was just me like doodling lines, right? That's what you saw. But the more you work on it, the better it gets. Because colors can do a lot of things. I have a whole book about colors. I bought it from an old man once, and I was like, well, I'm gonna keep this book because I have clearly no idea about colors, and you do more than I do. So therefore, I probably should read this book. And I did. And it learns me a lot about what the hell colors do. Of course, I'm not yet experienced with colors. I'm not experienced with blending or, using the colors to shade the parts that you need to be shading and making things look like they are from a book. Yeah, I don't have that experience yet. I'm yet still learning about that. But what I know is what I can do, what I can apply. What I know, what I can do is what I need to learn in the first place anyway. So one of those things that I learned is this. If you have a tree for instance, this tree right here. I made a mistake with the first tree. It's a very easy to understand mistake. The T2 is lost in the tree. Yes. The tree does possess the colors. The tree does possess the lines, but it doesn't possess the hard lines that actually are required technically to create a good and perfect looking tree. Like this. This feels like hardwood to me. This feels like, you know, some tree that is robust, good for chopping. You know, a logman would be able to tell you that, yeah, you should definitely cut this one down. It will make a good furniture. So yeah, it's what the X-Men is never wrong here, especially on those things. So what we just did is entering a detail one. So now we have a tree that's in there, and the tree is different-ish from the other one. True, but allow me to introduce you to a little trick. I had a problem, which is this. I have this problem right now. I used a little bit too much of a wrong color for the tree. It's not yet fitting the right amount of color that I need. It's a little bit too reddish. Let's put it that way. For me, I need to work on the body proportions. I have no idea, but then putting them down. Putting them down, yeah. Body proportions are still also a thing that I need to learn. Don't get me wrong. I'm still a far shot from it. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna add a little bit of a color to it. What does this coloring do? Well, this color actually creates a far more finer look towards the tree that we needed to have anyway. There you go. Now we have a better tree. Now we have a good looking tree that looks nice, feels nice, and it's not too dark. That is one of the things that is always a problem in these types of trees. It always feels too dark, too damn dark. It's like, why are you using too much darkness upon this? And I'm like, yes, I'm using too much darkness upon this. This is why I hate it so much. Also, this is why I'm always preferring, you know, making sure that, you know, when you have this, you can see immediately what the mistakes are that you made. So now we have the less darkness inside of it. And as you can see, it's still not fully, you know, the same color as the top one here, but this gives us a little bit of a leeway now. So now we have this color right here, and we can say like, well, we don't want that color. We want actually a little bit more of an outstanding color. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna do it again. This, however, gives us a far better look into what we are doing. It gives us the tree. It gives us the color for the tree, and also makes the tree not stand out too much from the other tree. Therefore, you know, it makes it a little bit more of a blend in, but it does still reveal itself when you look into it. Like, I'm looking into the background. What do I see? I see a tree. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. Oh my god, it's a second tree. I did not expect that. That's literally what it does. So yeah. It makes the other tree stand out. It also makes this tree stand out more. Of course, you know, I'm using a little bit too much. I had made a little bit too much of a detail on this tree, which then in the other cases is like, oh well, what now? Well, there is a second option here that we are going to be also using afterwards, so don't worry about this. This tree might have a little bit too much of an how do you say it? Detail. Yeah, that's the word. It has a lot of detail, which is not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. It's not bad to have too much detail on a tree. As you can see, the other tree also has it. But we need to make sure that this tree looks the same as this tree, therefore we need to fix some stuff. Whoa. So yeah. Sorry about that. I'm still a little bit gassy. But yeah. It is good to have this tree. It definitely is. And the more we do this, the better it gets. All right. So, what now? Well, what we are doing now is very easy. We are trying to do the best thing here, and that is just, follow the lines upon the lines that we have created. It will create a nice little effect that's called a bark effect, I believe. I don't know. I just name it a bark effect because it actually creates the bark effect anyway. So what it does, it gives the give me the thing. Yes. All right, continue. Oh my god, that could have backfired. That could have backfired. Ooh, that could have definitely backfired on me. So yeah, it creates the effect that you need to represent the bark. Because not every tree has the same effect. As you can see, it does not everywhere it exists. You can see there's light and dark. And that light and dark we are also gonna be getting. It's just that, we need to first get the first colors in there, and then we can go for the second colors. And after the second colors we can do the dark colors and the light colors, which then gives us even more leeway. Right now we're just adding the brush size. So I need to put it a little bit on this side. Yeah. All right. There we. God damn it! I pressed the wrong button again. No, I do not want to have that wrong button being pressed. It causes a lot of progress to be lost. All right. Sorry about that. It happens, It happens that you trying to do your job here and then suddenly things go bad. So first things first we need to do is make the lighting, and then we are gonna go for the darkening as well. So first we're gonna just make the... We don't always have to go everywhere to make the bark effect. We just need to get some of them to work around and then, move on to the next bit. It's always important to leave some gaps behind to create the effect in total. As you can see, it's quite nice. It just takes some time, It's only... The only downside of all of this is always that it is handily crafted, therefore it takes some more time than, when you would have used a stamp. However, when using a stamp, always make sure that if you're using a stamp, don't try to do it everywhere the same. Otherwise it will cause a major issue with the eye. The eye of the beholder, I mean. Because if the eye of the beholder spots that you are using a repetitive move, you're gonna have a bad time. Which is the main issue. Definitely. You're using like, if you would have constantly win the lottery, eventually, the other people will be getting suspicious about it. Like, why is he always winning the lottery? Why? Yeah. What is his specialty? Is he that lucky? No, that cannot be. I heard him that he was bribing the other dudes last time. Oh, you mean Charlie? Yeah, Charlie. So yeah, it's always important to make sure that if you're using a stamp, always try to make sure that you have some non-repetitiveness within the texture. This makes the people that are looking at your drawing to be less critical of it, because, well, they don't spot it that immediately. And if they don't spot it immediately, it means that your drawing is actually getting a lot more appreciated, I believe. I do also sometimes do that, just because, sometimes it's almost nearly... For fuck's sake. it's almost sometimes nearly impossible to repeat the same thing again. I did it with the throne room. The snake pillars, they are technically both the same, but one is mirrored and the other and from the other. But the stone that it is applied on, however, is not mirrored. This gives an indifference, which then causes your eye to be like, well, if the stone where it is on is not the same, then it must not be the same. And this is where it is always good. And then also, if you then also want to make sure that nobody checks it out, you can also make sure that the eyes are different, or some of the patterns in the drawing itself is different. It's the small changes that are important. When you draw, you always need to work smart upon achieving your goal. If you see it as a time limit, you have a time limit of an hour. Right now, I have a time limit of an hour. What I need to do, and within that time limit, I actually need to draw the whole damn thing from up to down with all of this, and we're now almost halfway. And then I also need to shade it. And I also had to, finish up the work that I have left behind from the line art. And that is all important. And eventually, you get where you want to be, and that is all great and handy dandy. It's just, the first bits of it is always a very hard choice. It's very hard for most people to realize, like, oh my god, where do I begin with this? And then, they are most likely to be discouraged about what the hell is going to be happening. I had it with the Magical Girl story when I started drawing the expressions. I was like, all right, I need to draw expressions. Oh boy, how do I do this? Do I go for full body already, or am I not prepared for that? Turns out I am not prepared for that at all. And therefore I had to wait. So that I did. 11 times I waited. So I first started, working on the expressions a bit, fixing the face, and then the hair, and then the eyes. And then eventually, I got a good understanding of like, all right, if I do it like this, I should be able to get a decent face that I could use. Then I tried to do a almost full body. And I was like, it works. I don't know how other people see it, but it works quite decent. So I went for half the body, and then I went for the full body. Without the shoes and the shoes and the legs a bit. But, I got almost there. I am almost there. But yeah, it's always hard to do things. It's always hard to get to one point to another. And improving upon yourself is always a difficult challenge. You try to be very critical of yourself, which is important. Because if you don't get critical of yourself, well, you probably won't be able to tell what you have experienced that improved, So yeah, anything else I want to add to that? Probably not. I'm just trying to do my very best here to finish up this wood texture, but it is such a long thing to do. It's like almost as long as drawing the grass, don't get me wrong now. The only downside with this compared to the grass is easier, because grass is only like, oh, well, I just need green, and then I need darker green and light green, and then combine them and shake them around. This one, however, is follow the lines. Make sure that the lines are not equal. Make sure that the lines are not repetitive at all when drawing them in the right color. This, however, creates a little bit of an issue. Also, that is an issue when I press accidentally the mixing button, which then changes up the colors, which is very problematic when you only want to have one color in it, so that you can then use the second color after that. Yeah, it's one of the things that I always despise as hell. Like, oh, I'm using this color. Oh no, I made a mistake. Oh, help me, please. So yeah, I'm always, when I see it happening, instantly stop, fix it, continue. You just don't want to have it happen. It is, I have it happen twice already, I believe now. Well, 3 times already, I have lost count, but yeah, make sure that you stop it from happening, otherwise you're probably gonna have a bad time. looking at the drawing because, well, everything is the same, or there is some very strange colors combined, which you don't want. You want to make sure that the colors complement each other. Like the many colors of brown. Yes, it's also a thing. We have brown, 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 and brown, and brown, combined with a little bit of red. That is also a thing. Alright. So yeah. Today my food was good. Tomorrow I will probably do a bit of the stream for the visual novel. And then I can finally say like, hey, we're back on the visual novel, people. Woo, have you missed me? Even though I actually did the visual novel in the testings, but hey, things don't always go as planned, and I'm not a very good planner when it comes to streams. Yeah, streams is one of those things that I'm like, all right, I got it running now. I got to do it now. That's my point. It's interesting when you zoom into the art and end up being many shades of colors that you want that you want for layering. Yep, exactly. That is what's happening now. I'm first drawing the base layer, then I'm drawing the light layer, which is the light layer over there, and then I'm drawing the two shades, dark and light. What causes this to happen is that it then will create shades inside of the building itself, which then which then complements the drawing itself, which gives the feeling of a big round tree. That is exactly what it needs to be. So yeah, I don't even know if I'd be able to finish it today, but we're now already halfway through, I believe, right? Halfway? Oh hell no! It's 40 minutes already. Jeez. Time, please. It's not on my time today. Nope. And as you can see, this takes a lot of time. Why? This just drawing the lines into it, making the lines look nice, making sure that you have fade-ins and fade-outs of the color to make sure that you create the feeling of a tree. Because not everything is always lit. Not everything is always lighted up. And then after this, I will probably also need to do a second color, a darker color maybe. And then I could do the light and dark. It all depends on how much of the tree is visible and what the tree looks like if I'm done with the first color. If the first color is not to my taste, I need to continue with it. Yeah. I guess for me streams were something fun. I set a goal for a certain character in a game, so I felt like else I did was wasting time, and I end up getting her also. And the end I get up getting her also, so now I can relax. Yeah, that's also a thing, I set a goal, which was, putting this to finish line. But the initial goal was finishing up the line drawing. Then the second goal was, putting up the colors. I did the first color. Nobody complains. Second color is now, that is my hard part. So yeah. I technically already completed the first goal. Don't worry about it. I always make my goals not too hard. I'm just making the goals very vague, like finish this tree or finish this bit of the tree or getting towards the point where you need to be. And that always helps. It's just that you always need to realize, like, all right, if you're working on this drawing, I can tell you already that this tree requires, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 streams left, 8, 9 streams, and then 12, 13. I believe it is 13 streams left, and then I can call it a day. That is almost the maximum amount of streams that probably will happen for the moth-hawk. And then I can buy myself a piece of pie and say, good job, me. Well done, me. I did my job just the way you like it. Yep. I sifted right, making sure that everything is working. Oh man, that's absolutely terrible accent, but you get the point. I'm always rewarding myself when I reach a certain goal. It's always good that, only 13 streams left, and then, everybody's gonna miss probably the moth-hawk. It's like, oh my god, are you gonna miss this bad boy? I'm like, hell yes, I'm gonna miss it, because this is actually just the start. Nah, just kidding. The moth-hawk is one of those things that I will miss purely because all the mistakes are shown. It's like, oh, my heart, my gentle heart. Oh no, I cannot handle this kind of amount of, mistakes, because I can see the mistakes I made. Oh, what kind of pie? I think I will go for peaches. I think I will go for peach pie. Peach pie would be good with some whipped cream. I think that would be a good amount. I really like really like peaches, peaches or cherry, one of the two. Those are my best. And after that, it will probably be strawberry. Of course, it is not like an American pie, that's for sure. It's a Dutch pie. A Dutch pie has a crusty flavor to it. It's very crusty. It has a very loose crust, which it's a bit crunchy, but it is not like, you're biting off a cookie. It is very, malleable in your mouth. So it's a very loose amount of crust, but it is such a good one. It's so tasty. It's like eating bread. It is so good. So yeah, it's bread pie. Let's put it that way. Bread pie. Oh yeah, bread pie with cherries and whipped cream. So good. So yeah. Honestly, I'm very happy upon what we have already achieved. The amount of stuff that we did right now, the amount of creativity that we have unleashed upon this world right now already. The moth-hawk has come already so far, which is true. Honestly, the moth-hawk is one of the most dedicated projects right now, which deserves a lot of love. It deserves a lot of prestige. Prestige. It does deserve a lot of recognition. There you go. Why? Because it has so much built into it, that I'm always like, alright, what kind of mistakes did I make? Well, I made A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I totally ripped every single thing out of my notebook to prove myself that I fucking didn't listen to myself. And I'll tell you this, when you don't listen to yourself, you stab yourself in the chest. And that happens quite a lot with the moth-hawk. The pixel accident. Check. 1. The problem with the proportions. Check. 2. The layer issue. Oh, hell yes. A big no-no. Absolutely not gonna be happening ever again. What more? The texturing. Yes, that was also one. I actually fucked up the texturing of the wings by quite a lot at the beginning, which also caused a lot of things. Oh, hello, Dewey. Breaks over. Pie and high, and a big giant wave. Yes. Hello, Jay. Yes. Hello, Dewey. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your break time. I hope you have enjoyed that. It's always good to have break times. I'm also very happy that I'm actually able to stream. Could you imagine, being happy that you're finally being able to stream after almost a week of, problems with the streaming? It's such a godsend. Just like, here, allow me to have you a relaxing stream full of ducks and puppies. I don't know. Probably that is the worst case scenario of what a stream's supposed to be, but hey, it's 2022, so I guess puppies is gonna be a new thing again. We're gonna make puppies on the internet famous again. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's always great. I miss those days, when you have just puppies when you have just puppies on YouTube and be like, these are dog videos and cat videos and pigeon videos. Amazing. Back in the day, those things were the thing. They were like a camel that was running, and then a very funny music comes around. this very funny Arabic music. It was such a blast having a two-legged camel run across the desert, or a two-legged horse. Oh man, that was the greatest stuff I ever saw. And then, everything changed. But, it happens, things improve indefinitely, and they improve most of the time a lot. So, yeah, making sure that the trees work well and look well is my thing. And I mean, I don't see many drawing streams these days again. It's like, it's very out of date, you do drawing streams like, drawing streams, right? I think it's not as famous on YouTube than on other places, probably. But I know that there are some channels, like big channels that are like art channels that do drawing streams, and they do have a lovely community. I must say myself, it's very fun. Honestly, I'm nothing compared to them. I never compare myself to other people. I only compare myself to my own self and making sure that if I improve upon my own self. Therefore, seeing the differences between them is actually the most important lesson here. So yeah, that's also a very valuable lesson, by the way. Try to improve upon yourself. Try to make yourself improve upon yourself. Try to improve upon yourself by taking the advice of others. But also be reasonable with yourself by questioning those who criticize your work, because not every single time a person is right. So always make sure that if you get criticized, always make sure that you always keep it in mind when drawing, and then question yourself like, all right, he might have this right, but I think this little bit that I did at the bottom part was actually the right way. So what if I now combine the two advices of myself and the person, and then use those to improve my work? And then you see where it goes, and it goes and goes and goes. Never piss off the internet gods. Yeah, true. Oh, nice. I do like peach and cherry. It's an interesting seeing food of different countries takes on the food. True, seeing other do and seeing it what you want to do after. Yeah. But if you're interested, I will type it in, Wolfie. If you want to know what kind of pie I'm probably gonna order. It's a very strange looking pie, trust me. It's a very strange looking pie. You probably will like, is this pie? How the hell did you butcher the name pie? How could you? Yeah, that's pie for you. That's pie. It does not exist here. The word alone doesn't exist. People always think like, pie. Yeah, the word. Yeah. Very good. Never piss off the internet gods. Nope, I would never. I would never make some person upset when this is about internet gods. Oh, hell no. You should never do that, otherwise you're gonna get bad reputation, and bad reputation is never good. I mean, alright, let's see. We're almost there. We're almost getting to the point where we want to be. Am I gonna rush this? Probably not. How much do we... we got so far, though. We got so far. Yes, this thing is as big as a doornail. Yes, this tree is as the same quality as this one. Right there. This is the same as that. But this one has the light parts in it. This one doesn't have the light parts in it. This one has only the normal color in it. Well, the ish color in it. And then once we apply this into that, we should have the same. Oh boy. It's a kind of deep dish pizza. I much prefer the regular Domino's pizza and ooh. But it might be blasphemy for others. Yeah. All right. I think we'll leave it here, even though I'm not finished. 50 minutes, and I'm already having pain on my hand. So oh well. That calls it quits. There will be probably some things that I will be working on this one tomorrow. Well, Monday, and I will try to get the nice looks on it. So I will try to get the colors in such a way that everything works fine. It's now just, light up and dark colors, and then after this it's gonna be light up, dark colors, and of course shading and some blurring to make sure it's equal to the rest. All right, I hope you'll have enjoyed, and thanks all for watching, and I hope I'll see you all next time. Until then, I want to wish you all a lovely day, and